It's MOT day for the Silver Lady. I chose today because it's sunny outside and I don't like getting her dirty. So let's go and get her MOT'd. Good morning all. We're on the Silver Lady. I'm ashamed to say she didn't get much use last year, but definitely going to put some more miles on her this year. Do you know, it's been ages since I've ridden her. It feels so good. Feels so good. And there's no denying that V4 sound, especially through stain tunes. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea at our friend Steve's. At some point as well, he's going to put me a new clutch basket in it because at tick over, it rattles a bit. If you pull the clutch in at tick over, it doesn't do it. But yeah, with the clutch out, it just rattles a tiny bit. And although it makes no difference whatsoever to the bike, I prefer it not to be there, so Steve's going to put a new one on for me. I get so nostalgic when I ride this bike. It changed my life, no question. All those that comment saying, oh, the VFR is going to be getting jealous all this time on your Africa Twin, or she's feeling left out. No, she's just enjoying her well-earned rest, that's all. She's far from retired. Even this lid feels great. I've not had this on for ages. Oh, I forgot about my Whistly lid. I bet I've not done 1,000 miles since last MOT. Oh, I love everything about this bike. Everything about it. Thing is, I'm so precious about this bike, and because I don't use it that often anymore, I get a bit worried when I do ride her. And I know you probably think I'm a bit crackers, but as you know, I'm very sentimental. And to me, this is worth more than any new bike. It's more valuable to me than money, you know. With the Africa Twin, for instance, you know, as it's made for that, I couldn't care less if that's completely filthy. And I'll come home from a dirty ride and just leave it. Whereas this one, I hate the thought of it being dirty. Even though she is fully ceramic coated, I just don't like her being dirty at all. And I can't rest until she's clean. Still yet to do this 100,000 video, and I'm 10,000 miles away from that yet. Maybe I need to throw a couple of tours in with her. Having said that, I went down to the Honda Adventure Centre on it in the summer last year. That was a decent trip. Forgot about that trip actually. Well, forgot that I did that trip on this bike. I think that was the last time I rode it. I've ridden it since summer, haven't I, surely? Here we are. Look at that bike. Genuinely, look at her. Oh, she's bloody beautiful. Let's go and get a cup of tea with our Steve. Thank you very much, Steve.
No problem, mate.
Pleasure as always, my friend.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome.
We'll see you soon, and yeah, we'll get our heads together and see what we can come up with for weekender.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, definitely.
See you later, Jamie. Thank you very much. Right, see you soon, Steve. Take care, buddy. Bit low on fuel. See you, Bob. Thanks, gents. Cheers. That's it. Full new MOT. According to MOT certificates, last year's and this year's, I've done 1,500 miles. I didn't think I'd done that many on it. I think I might need to check that when I get in, because I'm not sure if that's from 2020. It's now obviously 22, so this is obviously 2021's MOT as well. I'll have to have a look and check that. I can't remember doing that many miles since 2021 anyway, so No advisories, obviously, because she's in fine, perfect fettle. We were just talking about the weekender and having Steve and Jamie there in a professional capacity. So they'll have a tent and spanners and all that kind of stuff with them. So wanting it so, you know, if anyone needs anything doing to the bikes, or they want any new bits on or anything like that, then they're there to be able to do it. And you can have it done while you're enjoying the weekender, which I think will be a good smart move for everyone. But you know what? It'll soon be time to start digging out the mesh jacket and jeans and summer riding boots and summer gloves. Oh. Good morning. Okay, well, a couple of days have passed since that last segment, because I realised I ran out of time. So I planned to come out for breakfast this morning, which is Sunday morning, and then I saw the weather and I thought, oh no, I don't want to get the VFR wet and mucky. And then I remembered, this has seen more weather than anything. Of course it's fine to get mucky. Let's go for a ride. I'm not scared of a bit of weather, and she certainly isn't scared of a bit of weather. We're going to have a ride out towards Alton Towers. We went yesterday to Splash Landings for one of George's best friend's birthday, and it was fantastic actually. Never been there before. Had a right good time. And the roads surrounding are lovely. Not been that way for a long time, so we're going to have a ride up there today. One of my favourite sunset shots on this bike is on this road here. From many years ago actually. Parked right here I think. Yeah, right here in this, where the curb drops near that gate. Sunset right behind it. Have a look at this. Noticed a little starburst on the fairing, and that's not post-production, that's genuinely what the sensor saw. Those that are new to the channel and probably wondering why there's a VFR that pops up on my intro and no sign of the Africa Twin, when all I seem to be riding lately is the Africa Twin. Yeah, me and this silver lady go back a long way, and we've done a lot of very cool things together. I'm a very sentimental person, and I genuinely get a little bit nervous when I ride this now, just because I'm so sentimental. When I said that, I realised that she's not shy of a bit of weather, and she's had more weather than most thrown at her. Those that have seen our Norway tour that I did in 2015, folks, 2015. Wow. Yeah, we had more adverse weather on that tour than I've ever known. I think it was a 2.5 week tour, something like that. There's a superb tour series for you to watch. There's a link above my head now, and it will be linked at the end of the video. The plan was to ride up to Norway, to the Lofoten Islands, ultimately. Riding up through the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, and then sailing on to Norway. But going up through Germany and the Netherlands, wow, it was about 40 degrees Celsius, like unbelievably hot. You know, the bikes were getting far too hot because they couldn't suck any cold air in. It was just so hot. Every time we pulled up to petrol stations or little rest stops, we were just stripping down to our pants just to try and cool down a bit. We were tipping water on our heads, bottles of water on our heads, just to cool us down, and then chucking the helmet back on. And then we rode up through Denmark, sailed onto Norway, and it went from being 40 odd down to 5. And then I think the first day we were riding in like thick snow and ice. Like, what the hell is happening? Only yesterday or the day before we were riding in 40 degrees and couldn't breathe because it was so hot. And then it just progressed, you know, it just got worse and worse and worse. Rain, snow, ice. It was still stunning, don't get me wrong. I would not change a single thing of that trip. I don't think we saw any blue hints in the sky until we reached the Arctic Circle. Once we were inside the Arctic Circle, this weather started to get better and better. And then sailing on to Lofoten Islands, the land of the midnight sun. It was just paradise, pure paradise. Clear skies, white sandy beaches, incredible. Standing on the beach there of Andenez, right at the top of the Lofoten Islands at 1 o'clock in the morning, looking at the blazing sun, I just thought, again, me being sentimental, like, what am I going to do after this? What am I going to do after this? How can I top this? Gazing over at the VFR, just sat there. She's winking back at me saying, I know, Dad, I know. And I just thought, what can I do? What can I do to beat this? And I just had the stupid idea of, oh, I'll tell you something, it would be cool to be able to say you've ridden across America. And then, you know, as soon as we got home, I proceeded to make that a reality. And we did that the year after. Chucked the bikes on a plane from Gatwick to Toronto and rode the whole breadth of the United States of America. What a fantastic bike. She's definitely going to need a wash after this. Please. Shit. I might have to change plans. I've just tapped on there to avoid road closure. I don't know how that's going to deal with that, but we shall see. It's turned me around anyway. Let's see what happens. I've had quite a bit of water. Bit of flooding up here. It's like the second half of the Wildbad Weekender ride all over again. Wow. Tyres a bit of a clean. Look at the water running down here. Ah, yeah, that's the closure. Yeah, look at that. Well done, Kalimoto. Look at the little breadcrumbs there, look. Because I told it that was a road closure. So it's took me around from that point to this point. You can still see the little breadcrumbs there. Fantastic. Top marks, Kalimoto. Let's carry on. Right on the Derbyshire-Staffordshire border, folks. Staffordshire, Derbyshire. Right, we're in the village of Alton. Alton Towers Resort. It's funny that you could have such a massive theme park nestled in the land right in this beautiful little quaint village. Can you imagine all the traffic that this brings through this little village? Alton Castle. Might have a look at that in a minute. Ah, there it is. There's some rides here, look, to your right hand side. That's the park right through there. See the big roller coasters. There you go, folks. There's Alton Towers. Oh, behind there. There's the castle up there. Wow. Let's go up, shall we? Wow. Medieval Alton Castle. The Furygan Castle is the third castle on this site. The first was an Anglo-Saxon castle, 8th century. What you can see here are the ruins of the second castle, built in 1176 during the reign of Henry II. This castle was a typical Norman stronghold. The steep rock face to the north protected it. There were 4 or 5 circular towers joined by a curtain wall. On this side, the south, we are in a deep fosse or a moat cut out of the rock. Bertram de Verdun built it. He also helped establish the Catholic faith in Alton and even built an abbey at Croxton. Bertram joined Richard I as a knight on his third crusade. He was killed in Jaffa in 1192. When civil war broke out in 1642, it became a garrison for King Charles I against Cromwell. There would have been 40 or 50 men here. After the war, Parliament ordered that the castle be taken down so that their enemies could not use it. This picture shows how the castle would have looked in the 14th century. It is 90 metres long and 40 metres wide. The long oval shape is a sign that it was built for military purpose. Look at that roof. Wow, look at that. There's picture frames in the windows. Look at the music. Someone's singing. There's a service going off. Best not walk in. Could see people sat there. Female singer, and it sounded beautiful. I'm definitely not going to go sitting in there dressed like this. Alright, let's get back home. Get a nice cup of tea and a nice hot buttery bagel. That'll do me. A bit of Marmite on it. Ooh. Thanks very much for joining me today, folks, for this little trip out to Alton Towers and, more importantly, on the VFR. It's been an absolute pleasure. Fresh MOT for another year. Let's get some miles on her. What we've got on now, 89,426 beautiful miles. Hope you're all well, hope you all had a great weekend. I'll see you soon for some more. Look after yourselves, be good, be careful, and be kind. Beauty about this Dango, look, is that you can just stick it anywhere. That's perfect.